I got the green light. Hello, everybody. So my bridge decided to unhook itself right before we started the show. Anyway, welcome to Let's Talk Landmark. Timma, 24?
24.
24.
Jeez.
Fantastic. I know. Time's flying. This is awesome. Well, today the topic is... Oh, and you know what? I can let it hear myself. Today's topic, though, is first impressions of Landmark.
Status of the patch. 24. Status of the patch. Let's see.
Devlin looks radioactive.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Yeah. All right.
We'll call him the Hulk. Hulk smash.
There we go.
Yeah, I got to see that yesterday. It was good.
Oh,
It was
I can't believe
long.
I've not seen it.
That movie was long, dude. I was
I
like,
have
It was
already-
actually 2 minutes shorter than the first.
I already saw it, and I'm going to be seeing it at least 2 more times over the next couple of days. Hey, Bill, what's
it was
up?
good. It was really good. The CGI animation in that movie was phenomenal, and what they did with the Hulk, even more awesome.
Welcome to Let's Talk Landmark, where we geek out about the Avengers.
Yes.
I still haven't seen it. I can't believe it.
Okay. Well,
So,
Devlin, what is the next Avenger movie?
Technically, it's supposed to be Infinity War, but really, it's going to end up being Civil War because everybody from Avengers is going to be in Civil War anyway. So, yay!
Yeah.
now, is Spidey going to be in that one?
Civil
hear.
War, more than likely, yes. Nothing confirmed because I don't think they actually have settled on who they're getting to play Spider-Man yet.
I'm still
okay.
I'm still mad that they have made more Spider-Man movies than what they have for X-Men.
Yeah, but none of
Yeah, me
none
too.
of the Spider-Man movies count anymore. So, yay!
X-Men was bigger than the Avengers, and they have done more focus on the Avengers than they have the X-Men. And I don't know, Patrick Stewart is still alive. I mean, come on.
Actually, I
Get her
just
done.
Get her done.
they showed a picture of what's his name, the guy that plays the young professor. He shaved his head.
Oh yeah, James McAvoy
McAvoy.
shaved his head.
McAvoy. Yeah, he shaved
McAvoy,
his head.
shaved his head for Professor X for X-Men Apocalypse, which is going to be the next X-Men movie.
Okay.
That's going to be good, especially if they had the full Horsemen.
They are.
The Angel.
Well, they showed him at the
Princess
end of the
Wings.
last one.
They are. I can send you some concept art of Archangel. They already released some. I'll send it to you later.
If you saw the Easter egg at the end of Days of Future Past, they showed the four horsemen in the background.
Okay.
Do you? I see. That was a series of comics that I have, where Angel lost his wings. Angel was one of the original X-Men. He lost his wings, and then they gave him blades. That was one of my favorites.
I have never in my life purchased a single comic book.
Ugh!
Why do we have anything to do with him?
I love the movies. Never bought a. My best friend had every comic book that was made, and he's got every first edition.
Well, see, well, there you go. He just read his friend's comics. He didn't have to buy them. That's the way I was.
No, I got boxes that are in storage, and they're all like mint condition in the wrapper with the boards. I mean, the whole 9 yards. So I figure another 25 years, I could sell the hell out of them.
And retire. And do
Tenma,
it now and retire.
you, me, and Dyford are gonna just do this from now on without him, non-comic book
I
guy.
have 5 copies of The Death of Superman in its black wrapper unopened. 5 of them.
Hitting an eBay near you soon.
Anyway, Landmark.
Maybe.
Landmark first impressions. Wow. So the game came up, and I've spent before the morning brew today, 90 minutes in the game. Of that 90 minutes, about 25 with my son, and he's only been in the game 25 minutes, and he's already 3 days ahead of me. So, wow, Tim, my man, first impressions. You've been jamming on this thing.
1,000.
Tell us what you've been.
Let's see, 1,485 founders points right now. Um, issues I've seen so far with the I've got 3 that I cannot unlock on the achievements, and they're all in the creation of armor sets. We've got titles that are linked to the wrong achievement. We've got, but other than that, it's all minor stuff, you know. Some of the achievements are way too easy to complete right now because of the respawning of the mobs issues. That should be addressed on the next patch, at least I hope so. And that'll get everything in line where it's supposed to be, you know. And yeah, it's good for us because we can unlock it quick, but real world scenario, it's got to be fixed before it can be finalized.
Well, Devlin, how much time have you had in the game so far since we got new landmark?
A few hours. Nothing really that significant.
First impression?
Good to be back, and I thus far like some of the additions that I've seen. It's a lot of the same, but it's a lot of it's different too. I mean, I don't have any real complaints, but I've not really been trying to play the game. I've just been kind of running around trying to get materials back up and things like that. So decent for what I've been doing with it, but I've not really been testing anything.
Taking screenshots. You're like the #1 photographer in all of Landmark, and you have been from the day you started doing the screenshots. They're really impressive. Are you finding stuff that is inspiring your photography work?
I've taken a few screenshots. The things I post up on Twitter over the last couple of days are the things that I've taken. Anything that I see that I think is just really pretty. I think the deciduous biome at Magic Hour is very nice looking, but everything beyond that's just watch my Twitter feed and you guys can see what I see.
Awesome. Dyfed, first impressions.
I'm enjoying it. There are some things that are easier than I thought it would be to reestablish from what I had before, and other things that are taking me some time. But overall, it's been fun. My only concern is why they chose for the style guide. We're doing elves now. Why they chose a race that was heavily dependent on materials that we have to gather, rather than something, say, like dwarves, which would be mostly building with stone.
Devlin.
I was under the impression that the elven materials were for free for right now. Am I incorrect in that?
Other than gold, yes.
Oh, gold is not. Okay, all right.
No.
I think marble is right now, isn't it? But isn't that a glitch? Isn't that unintended?
I honestly cannot answer that question.
Well, my first impressions.
Corain says marble and gold are free at the moment.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Well, then,
That's-
all right,
that's good.
then but that renders my whole statement moot, I guess.
Okay. Well, my first impression is visually, wow. Just holy wow. So we were tooling around on the Morning Brew today. I actually got to see some of the game because of the first 90 minutes I spent in the game. I spent 45 of it in a cave. With no weapons, no equipment, no nothing, just running around following people, trying to stay alive. It was a lot of fun, though. But I didn't see anything. So I evac to safety right before I log off, and there are 2 giant columns of lava that go to the sky. I can't see the tops of them because I'm right on top of these things. I mean, right next to them. And someone had done a 3x3 claim and then stacked until they ran out of claims, and then selected all and filled it with lava. You can see it from space. I can see it from the next island. So,
Anybody know what the purpose of that was?
Because they can.
million voxel achievement. The 1
me-
million voxels.
that's not
Place
a
a million
lot.
voxels.
Me and
Place
voxels
a million
is-
voxels at one time.
You don't have to do it at one time. That's just it. And a million
Already
voxels
did
is
it.
nothing. A million voxels is like what?
It's one claim. Isn't that a single claim?
It's not even one
Million
claim.
voxels.
It's not.
Okay.
It's not even one claim.
I've set up 2/3 of the Space Needle already, and that I already hit it. So
Okay. Oh wow. Wow. Interesting. Well, for me, visually, the game looks beautiful. I do miss some of the old islands, but I have not had a chance to visit all the islands yet. But visually, the game is quite amazing. New biomes, guys. First reactions. New biomes. Tenma.
The deciduous needs more trees, and the transition between most of the existing biomes and the lava biomes needs to be more gradual. When you're walking into the lava one, it's like instantaneous. It like hits you really hard instead of a smooth transition. And trust me, if you walk between biomes, you'll understand what I'm saying. I mean, it's like the whole visuals change instantaneously instead of a smooth transition into it.
Yeah, we call that flashing, and the game has done that off and on to some degree. Always, I've noticed now it seems more severe than before because the contrast in the biomes, the contrast in the lighting is quite severe.
But yeah, just let me.
But favorite biome?
I like the deciduous. Like I said, it just needs more trees to really be a little bit more immersive in what I would consider a deciduous. But right now, I don't know. It looks like somebody went through there and just clear cutted and just planted a few trees around. That's the way it kind of looks to me. It doesn't look like a forest. It doesn't.
It doesn't
have
look
that,
natural.
Yeah, it does
It
not
doesn't-
look natural. It doesn't have that forest feel like the old growth. You know, like the old growth used to look. I mean, all the biomes right now are lacking trees, I believe.
Yeah. My favorite deciduous was the one you built on the other side of the world gate for the movie.
Yeah, lots of
And
trees.
we have nothing-
Lots.
and we
lots
have-
of trees.
And we have nothing that looks that good in the game that I've seen yet. Devlin, so you got a favorite biome?
I've only passed through a volcanic biome only just a couple of times, enough to go, oh, okay, yeah, that looks neat. So I haven't really done a lot with the volcanic biome. Underwater looks very nice. I do like the way underwater looks now. It's a lot prettier down there. I agree with what Tinma said about the deciduous biome. To me, like, whenever I got there, while I like everything that I'm seeing, I would have liked to have seen more of it condensed, more trees. Another thing I noticed that I wanted to see was ground growth of some kind, either lush, like kind of not green grass, but something that's kind of like on its way out, different colors of grass or something like that. Most deciduous biomes that I've seen are either look like they're covered in banana peels because of those long leaves, or they look very barren, and it doesn't contrast well with what I was seeing. I was expecting to see something a little bit more
They had some
full,
bushes.
I guess. Yeah,
They've got-
bushes. I mean,
They've got bushes, and then they got what looks to be like an aloe vera or trying to remember pineapple looking plant. I know you've seen them. They're like this,
Yeah.
you know. We got those. And I like those. That's a good addition. But maybe some smaller plants other than the bushes would be pretty ideal for that.
I noticed the ground seemed very barren to me. I mean, it looks like it's just dirt with leaves covering it over. I was expecting to see something that was a little bit more kind of
They-
like the old clove ground was. This has like patches of cloves there. I was expecting to see like patches of leaves along a kind of greenish looking ground or something that
They've
was
got
more
that.
brown colored. They
They've
do?
got that. Yeah.
I guess I need to go looking around a little bit more then, because the deciduous biome that I found just seems very plain. It's pretty, but it doesn't really seem lush.
They've got one that it's like leaves actually laying on top of the ground now. They're like mesh leaves laying down on the ground now in those areas, on top of like dirt patterns and stuff. It
Geo,
looks like
apparently, I don't know what I'm talking about. Bad llama. I have no idea what's going on.
Dyfed, man, favorite biome or
Yeah, I think the deciduous. Well, it feels like they plopped down the deciduous trees in the desert biome to me. I feel like it should be a little more lush. I really like the volcanic ones.
I would like to. Yeah,
It-
and
it's
well,
really-
well said.
really beautiful. But for me personally, it's partly just where I grew up. I still like the old growth the best.
For me, I gotta say my favorite right now is the volcanic, especially when you start adding sci-fi stuff to it. What a great place to build sci-fi! Bob has put his Bob Dobb has put his giant ship back down and made it through the gate safely, and holy wow, it's impressive. We saw some really impressive views. The colors, it just made me. I like it so much because it's new, but I've not been there at night, so it's one I've got to see volcanic at night.
Volcanic at night is pretty spiffy looking. I will say that. The few times I've been through there, it was at midnight. It was dead at night, and it looks really neat.
We forgot something.
Yeah,
Underwater.
I mentioned
Well,
that.
we'll get there. We'll
Did you
get
mention
there.
that? Okay.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
the underwater is cool. Is anybody out there watching the show? Is anybody building underwater yet?
No, I've seen a lot
We
of people
can't, can
building
we?
on islands. Going back before we jump into water,
Okay.
as for changes that could be made to the lava biome to make it better, I like to see more smoke plumes, stuff that shoots
Yeah.
up. I mean,
Yep.
like
Yep.
eruptions and stuff. You don't see any eruptions on the land. I mean, we have emitters for it, but why isn't it already in the biome? Why isn't it a part of the biome?
Big black rolling clouds in the sky, I think, would be a really good thing too. Change the skybox, make it look like it's like just all hell is breaking loose, literally up
Yeah.
there. I mean, if it's a volcanic biome, I want fire and smoke everywhere. Yes.
I'm guessing they intentionally did not do that so that we could do that ourselves the way we want it to look.
But if you want an immersion, you've got to already have it there. You know, if I want to put my house in, I want to see eruptions in the background on the mountains behind my piece of property. I want it to feel like that's where I'm at. You know, eruption emitters, go ahead, pop them down, get them out there onto the land. Smoke
Dyfed.
plumes.
Yes.
I just had an idea. Volcanic biome. We can build a Mustafar build. Okay, sorry. Star Wars Geek Out is done. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that'll work. Since I had to put Bespin on hold again because they won't let us do bigger than 3x3 horizontal claims.
The other thing with the volcanic biome is the underground volcanic biome. It's too red. It's way
Yes.
too red. They need to tone that red down just slightly for underneath the ground. Above the ground, it's fine. It's beautiful up there. But under the ground, it is way too red.
Are you
Maybe-
talking about being in a cave or actually building
Yes.
deeper?
I'm talking about
In
in
the
the
cave.
cave systems.
In
Underground.
the caves, it's awful pink in there. Maybe if they just lightened the amount of smoke and just general fog it is down there, maybe it would be a little bit different because it seemed really foggy down there, really smoky down there to me. Like I couldn't see that far. Maybe it just has a lot to do with how much red there actually was. But anyway, yes, they need to cut it down just a little bit.
So, well, now that we're talking about caves, wow, how about the cave systems, everybody? How much caving have you guys done yet?
I've done a lot of caving. Lots
Devlin?
of caving.
Not all that terribly much. No, some, but not a lot.
Okay, I got 45 minutes, but it was in one cave. Dyfed, how about you?
I've been doing quite a bit of caving, just mostly for gathering resources, especially iron.
Okay. So you've
I've
been doing
also-
all the tiers?
I've also been trying to find the smaller ley lines underground, and I'm having an awfully tough time trying to find them. I haven't found
Are-
one yet.
That is something I've got in my notes that I sent to Terry and Domino. If you unlock the ley line on the surface, it should unlock its corresponding one below it on each of the levels.
That would be nice.
Because you found that coordinate in the world. So,
Yeah.
well, oh yeah, Devlin.
Are there monsters in level 1 caves, or did you? Okay, because I have not yet found one. Katina, I think it was, told me that apparently there's a spawning problem with them,
Yes.
Yep.
or something like. Okay, all right.
Also, are you talking about actual tier 1 caves or the surface caves? Because those are two different things.
Well, I know tier 1 caves have a bug in them, but I've not seen anything in surface caves at all. So I can
Yeah,
only
I'm not-
assume that they don't appear in surface caves.
Yeah, I'm not sure that they're supposed to.
Okay.
So Voxel Vision just made a comment here in chat. It says, way too many bugs. People farming the bugged mobs could cause a player wipe again. Now, I would say yes if we had an economy in the game, but since we don't have an economy, I don't see where it could cause that. But it's a great point. Absolutely a great point. They got some big bugs they got to swat really soon.
And Liz is making a comment. Actually, Tim, I like the challenge of finding them, but right now it's painful.
Yeah.
It's even more painful when you're only unlocking it for your one island. Each island has 4 ley lines on each level.
Or
times
5.
5. So that is 20 ley lines you have to unlock per island,
And 24
per
islands.
server. So how long is it going to actually
Oh no!
take
Wait a
you?
minute.
Some of
Wait a
them have
minute, now,
5.
if you unlock a ley line on your island, let's say on Satisfaction, does it unlock that same ley line on all the
No.
other servers?
Are
No.
you sure about that? Are you absolutely sure about that?
Unless it changed, because it didn't before.
Because I've only been to a couple of islands, and I have a lot more ley lines than I have islands that I've been to.
Dude, that's hardcore.
Yes, but when you sometimes when you die or you use your teleport stone, it takes you to one of the ley lines.
I have noticed that, yeah, but I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking.
Yeah, and well, they've taken away the cooldown timers from your teleport stone and teleporting to friends.
Yes,
so,
and thank God they did that. Oh my
yeah,
lord!
I think it's fantastic. Yeah, so now your inventory fills up. You can get back to your claim, put your stuff away, get back down to the action. Now you can do it in a few minutes instead of
Yep.
like before. It would take us 30 minutes.
Makes it easier for you to get around, doesn't it? Let's see. Oh yeah.
Well, real quick, Tim. So you spent a lot of time in the caves. Have you found a lot of the new ruins that we've not seen yet until now?
I was seeing quite a few. I've seen a lot of repeating. A lot of repeating of the same ruin inside the same cave.
Now, the one cave I was in, I stumbled upon a ruin you built. Mm-hmm. It was good.
It's not the good one though.
I know. It was crappy.
The best one that I had, which was the Sword and the Stone one, it's in a snow biome, or ice cave, whatever. I still have yet to see that one.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see more of the ruins. Now, do we know if they put all of them into the game at this point? Or are they still sitting on lots of ruins
I
they have yet
don't
to...
think so.
We
I
have a
don't.
word
I
on
still
that?
don't think they have the big ruins in there yet. Because the day that I find that gigantic floating circle eye thing down in the cave, I will deem landmark complete. The day that that's in there, then it'll
we
be done.
found Pantera.
That was by
I think it was Trelawnist. Yeah.
Trelawnist or
Pantera found the Voxelmancy one last night.
oh, nice.
All
right.
the big squares,
Yep.
really long. Yeah, he found that last night. So
Cool.
Well, Tim, what's next on your hot button list you want to talk about?
Oh gosh,
I know you got a giant man. Tim has been working hard on this. He's been testing the hell out of the achievement system. At least that's his excuse. It's the story he's given us.
well, I am an achievement.
Yeah, you and Pantera.
You fill in the last word. Okay.
Connoisseur.
We went over ley lines. We pretty much said everything in that. The achievements, world famous builder title is linked to the wrong achievement. Currently, it's set to the placement of 1,000 props instead of the 100 likes on a particular claim.
I saw the title on your character today.
Yep. Creation of certain items do not unlock its corresponding achievement, primarily within the creation of armor components. The three different armor sets is the bolstering set, the Slayer set, and the well-worn set. If you make those, you have created this item, but after completing all three, it doesn't unlock the actual achievement for making the set.
Now, were you streaming when you did that, or recording when you did those?
No.
Okay.
But I have it confirmed with some of our other members who were also doing the achievements.
Devlin, I believe, real quick, I believe that was Trainer, TRAN3R. That built that.
That's why I thought it was Trelawnus, because the 3 and the TR. That's right.
Yeah,
Okay.
All right. All right, Timma.
The next I have is the levels adventure achievement should be in line. In other words, you must complete layer 1 before you do level 2 and level 3, etc., etc. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I can skip straight to tier level 5 and get the title and the items from level 5 without ever having done all the work before it.
So are you saying that you should unlock the other ones first before? Should they only be able to be unlocked sequentially?
Sequentially, that one needs to be sequential.
I agree.
And that also, setting it up that way, it makes it a little bit more difficult, and it takes a little bit longer to actually do the achievements. We're on day 2, day 3, day 4, something like that of the patch, and I have almost finished all the achievements. So,
yeah, you just have
Bloody
some
freaking da for you.
but you have people out there that are like, when they get started on something, they're on it. So you have to have a lot more than what we have right now.
Well, I think it's something that we should do for an upcoming show is maybe a big list of achievements we'd like to see them add.
See, I'm kind of skipping down through some of this stuff right here. We already kind of went over the caves. The only other thing we haven't covered on caves is
The overachiever achievement.
this guy. The next, going back to the cave systems, many places have no monsters in them. Once you kill a monster, nothing respawns. Even hours later, it doesn't respawn. Number 3 is some monsters are unkillable. Number 4, a few groups of monsters are continuously respawning, killing them repeatedly. Chests appear occasionally. Once the chest is opened, the over again.
Now, the monster that's unkillable, is it a monster that actually attacks you and causes damage, or is it just visually there?
It will
and doesn't
attack
do
you.
anything?
Some of them will actually attack you.
I
and
had
you
a
can't do
swarm of
nothing about it.
wisps. I had a swarm of wisps come after me down in the cave that I couldn't kill. Not one of them. There was like 5 of them. It was a nightmare.
Yeah.
It seems to be the ones that are placed on.
It was Pantera's nightmare.
Yeah, it was.
Now,
Dyfed, you're gonna say?
You mentioned the wisps. The ones that you can't kill, they seem to be ones that are placed on a ruin. So that seems to be
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
I saw those.
I have
the same
noticed
thing
that,
with
yeah.
the repeating. The
repeating.
Like
the repeating
trauma,
is
yeah.
as well. Also, this was actually brought to me by Shatari. He said that it has been noted that if you lure a monster away from wherever it is sitting, that is unkillable, such as wisps, so where you can, how they kind of move around. You wait for them to move, or to let the abominations. If they slowly move away from wherever they're sitting, they become killable again. And he noticed that once you kill the unkillable, everything respawns.
I heard that.
Bum, bum.
At one time.
At one time, everything
random.
is like,
And it's like-
it's like
And-
There's
and
another
then certain
achievement
death.
that for you guys that apparently want more achievements. Kill the unkillable.
yeah.
And the crapping your pants achievement.
In the chat, I put
Responds
the
at the same time.
I put the underachiever achievement, where you figure out how long you can play the game without gaining a single achievement.
That would be me.
As
Well-
long as I get the title, because be Devlin the underachiever. Yes.
Two other things that are within the cave little section here. While in the caves, there is a chance you will hear continuous water sounds as if you are underwater.
I have noticed that.
Oh
and
yeah,
that's neat looking. It's neat sounding. It's neat, but it's really trippy because I'm kind of looking around constantly, waiting for the walls to cave in.
Now, does that happen in the
I'm
caves
making
where
this
you've
go
got
like this.
where you've got the props from the ocean biome in the caves? I've seen some caves where there's props from the ocean biomes, the big clams and everything. Is that where you get the underwater noise?
No, it's anywhere.
I got the underwater noise first in a lava cave, and I thought it was lava flowing around like above me. So I was thinking maybe they got flowing lava in the game, and then I started digging around. And there was this big spider web of tunnels that I had where I was. I was like, oh, there's nothing. So then I finally figured out it was a bug, and I got sad.
I think
Oh.
we should have a lawn dart achievement to just to pay homage to landmark lawn darts.
yes.
If I fall
Which I will be
250
putting back
meters,
up.
100, 100 times. Falling death 100 times.
fall to your death at
1106.
250 meters. Yeah.
So in the chat, 1106 TV says for a lot of the invulnerable mobs, you can use the staff to blast out the ground, and often they will be able to get hurt after that.
Thank you.
So
11, thanks, man.
and the unkillable mobs we saw were around ruins. Maybe it has something to do with how they coded the ruins.
Yeah, because that's what the other bugs are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
the next thing I have is if attacking a monster, there is a chance the monster will run across to attack another player or party member that is a very far distance away and not in combat.
Well, that's been a problem
That
for a long
also
time.
that also happened to me.
That's been around a long time.
I'll be standing there, it's sitting over here, and somebody
Does that-
attacks it. It comes after me, and it never touches that
Oh,
guy.
okay. I was just making sure that they weren't only attacking Devlin that way.
No. I was down in the cave with a group of people, and somebody fired a bow at a slog and immediately turned around and came running after me. And I was, what? I didn't do anything. Go away. Pew, pew, pew. It was fun.
Yeah, no, that's been a problem since December when they introduced the mobs.
Now, have you guys tried adding all of your light sources at one time to see if the monsters just...
It doesn't even take
Keep
all
the
of them.
distance.
It just takes one, at least for the slogs. They seem to run away.
Okay. Well,
You don't like light?
Nope.
correct? That is correct.
Let's see. What have I got next for you guys? With the introduction of the rivers and streams, the usable land space seems smaller. This compounds with the lower amount of servers and islands than before. It's so packed right
Yeah.
now. It's so packed right now that it almost makes you scared to pick up your claim to try to find something better, because there is not enough land, and you're going to get
No.
stuck with whatever hole you get put into.
Now I get that they want to be able to meter this and only add what they need. I think from terms of running a business, that's smart. But I'm not
It's
getting
not-
that same
no, it's
feel.
not. That is
well,
not smart.
Well, I mean, just economically.
If I,
They've got the
economic-
servers are there. The servers are there. They should be easy to spin up and to add to expand.
Okay.
That should really be simple to do.
me as a player, I want a piece of land that fits what I want to do. If I cannot find that and I get stuck with something that I can't work, why would I still want to play?
Well, hopefully they're gonna add servers really soon. They need to. They really do need to. And they may have been hoping to duplicate the thrill that we had from the alpha. We've certainly talked about it enough. Shown lots of screenshots of islands completely full of claims. And we're getting to that point now. We're getting close.
To play
Yeah,
the
on some of
devil's
the
advocate
islands?
here, though, just the same though, there was a time in the game where we were finding islands with only like 2 or 3 claims on them entirely. So,
Yeah.
and we found multiple versions of those kinds of islands. I want the space, yes, but I mean, if we have entire islands that are almost completely devoid of any claims, there's no reason to have that space there. None.
And I see comments here. It says Flatland. I would love to see an island that would lend itself to city building.
Hmm.
I think that's been something we've all wanted. I think everybody's wanted to see that.
But as far as not being as much usable space, I think that's perception because there are so many people crowding right now. I think there is more actual usable space on the islands themselves. It's just they're all taken up now.
I still go with the idea that each island has all biomes.
The islands would have to be huge.
Yeah, they'd have to be bigger.
So be it. Make it work. Do it.
Well, they
Yeah,
can.
no,
Make
I would like to.
because
I would like
some
to
of
see
them-
bigger.
Some of them already have parts of other biomes on them, and they said that because I know there are some islands that have like say old growth and desert, but then they've got snow on the tops of the mountains.
You make the islands bigger, make them really huge, make them continents, freaking huge areas. You got mountains, you got valleys, you got peaks, you got everything you need. You got rivers, you got lava, you've got ice, you've got tundra, you've got, I mean, the whole 9 yards. Every island has everything, so there's no reason why one island should have more than another island.
All right. So pause there, guys. Let's get a vote on this. And everybody out in chat, would you like to see a larger island, like a continent that Tim was speaking of? Devlin?
I'm not talking about just large islands. I'm talking about massive.
20 square miles?
Massive.
20 square miles?
Yep. We've got the
Yes.
we got the
Yeah.
ley line system now. There's no reason not to.
Yes, but only under one condition. That
Okay.
it be varied in every single way that it can be. I want, if they're going to do an island like that, I expect it to be an actual island rather than just some randomly generated terrain and some randomly generated biomes. If they're going to be doing that, I expect to see at least one gigantic big mountain with snow up on top and then stone in the middle, and I want to see a forest down below it. I want to see plain flat grasslands that don't have anything there, so you can build cities,
all right,
towns,
so a
villages.
non-procedurally generated island.
I want, if they're going to do
World.
it, do it
Okay,
right.
fine.
You can actually build the entire game space from scratch. Do not procedurally generate it. Actually go about doing it like you would any other AAA open world place.
Dyfed?
I agree with Devlin. I would love to see that. They would also need to have a better system of ley lines so you can move around the island better.
I see a
Or
lot of
mounts.
guesses out there.
They would have to add mounts.
Everybody who's watching the stream, we got a lot of people here. If you like this idea, just say so, because it'll be on the final recording. You can see the chat going by here on the stream. Yeah, I agree. I would love to see a non-procedurally generated island, a very large one, a 20 by 20 or a 20 by 40. Just something really large, and that was clearly made by a few artists. And I'm even good with bring a few of the players together to create this. I think that would be, why not? I think that'd be fun. I know there's enough people out there who would love to volunteer for this.
The way
To
I'm
help
kinda
make an actual island, yeah, dude, I would be
Yeah.
all over that.
the way I'm kind of looking at it is like this. We have these small islands, and we have a lot of them. You can condense that down to a few islands, but they're really big. Okay? I mean,
You're gonna-
Well, so EverQuest Next is if I understand correctly, is going to have a continent-sized landmass separated by a large body of water.
that's what I'm fixing to say. This is a chance for them to stress test for that.
Yeah,
It has to
exactly.
be done. It has to be tested or
Like, yeah,
pushed.
no, you have a good idea. They could easily just give us the land shape that Kinos is going to end up being, or whatever EverQuest Next is going to end up being. Don't give us the actual land or anything like that, but just give us what the shape is going to be,
Dimensions.
the dimensions,
yeah.
and then we can try to work with that and try to find a way that it's going to actually work with fidelity and streaming and things like that. That would be fantastic.
I think the player community could really surprise and amaze Daybreak. I really do, for something like that.
Oh yeah.
Timma, what do you got next, man?
Carrying on. Cut stone. There is no ability to make it, but it is needed to make a stone forge.
You can't make cut stone.
I thought you could.
You can't.
Can't you make it in the forge?
You cannot make a stone forge for the stone forge achievement. You cannot make one.
So you have to place a starter home, pick it up.
Starter home will not make it and will not advance the achievement. You have to make it.
Oh, well, to get the
At the
achievement,
stone
yeah.
forge.
But at least
Exactly.
if you need a stone forge for your claim, at least you can do it that way.
That's not the point.
Well, no.
It's an achievement, and you can't advance it unless you actually make it.
Unless you craft it. Unless you
Exactly.
craft it. I thought the stone forge with the when you drop it down with your starter template. I mean the for the warehouse looks like a
You don't.
yeah. It comes.
You don't.
I thought you could make cut stone there.
You can't.
All right. Wow.
You can put down a starter template, and there's a forge in there, and you can actually pick it back up, and then you get the forge in your inventory.
yeah.
But that
you
doesn't
don't get.
make
But you don't. Doesn't trigger the achievement.
doesn't trigger
You have
the
to actually
achievement.
make it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Same thing.
Interesting.
But that's
Interesting.
one of the
Okay.
interesting things about the crafting.
All right.
Combat. Things that I found that were obtrusive, annoying, and I had just the roughest time with. The ability to use the grappling hook while in combat is not there.
Oh, really? No, I thought there was a 10-second cooldown on the grapple hook when you're in combat. You have to not have taken damage for 10 seconds to be able to use it.
Yep.
Is that not working?
Put it back. Put grappling hooks back. That's all I can tell you.
Okay. All right.
That is annoying.
And same with using the boots of the Zephyr and grappling at the same time. Wow, that was a really enjoyable part of gameplay, and we don't know if it's broken. We don't know if this is intentional or not.
I hope it's
Because
not intentional.
Because I've got it to work sometimes. Once in a while, it'll work.
You were saying that today. I
Yeah.
haven't.
But other
I've
times it
never
doesn't,
had
and
it
I have
work.
to release.
I have to unrelease, and right at the moment of unrelease, then grapple to be able
Yeah.
to use it. Where before I didn't have to do that. I would be able to float down, use my grappling hook to save my butt from hitting the ground
Yeah.
on somebody's claim or something.
Yeah, Tom's though saying the same thing. Yeah, grappling in combat was removed with the last build.
And I've gotten pretty good at that because I set one of my side buttons on my mouse as my grappling. So
Okay. I see.
I got two hands to do it with. But yeah, it'd be a lot better if we could do it while we're still floating.
All right, so the next thing I have is
No, Ankar agrees with
Oh.
Dyford. He's having the same experience. I can Z-boot and grapple. With
And
no release of
also,
the spacebar.
what Metallica says, unhooking from the walls is also a pain. If you're trying to get on a ledge, and the only way to unhook is to jump, and then it jumps you back too far, and you end up falling. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm reading Trelawnist's comment.
okay. The next thing I have is monsters can attack you through prop rocks. Not good when a player tries to use them to block incoming
Recover.
attacks.
So you're talking about from the chomper attack?
Yeah, the chopper attack or the abomination, they can attack you through the prop rocks. The voxel rocks are fine, but the prop rocks, they'll run into it and can't enter sometimes, and then but when they go to attack, it goes through the rock.
Okay.
The next one is when a player stands on a prop rock, slogs sometimes enter into the prop rocks, rendering them unattackable.
Wow. Okay.
I actually
Yes,
have a
interesting.
I actually have a statement from several slogs on that. They say,
Next,
Every time I hear that, man, I love it.
next is the transition between combat mode and world roam is harsh. Especially with the looking around, because I use that right mouse button to look around in the world.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you attack instead of
Yeah.
you've got
Yep.
a weapon equipped. It triggers the attack.
And that's usually the first thing I do. I'm still holding that button trying to do the looking
so
around.
do you want attack to be done with control and the mouse button, or do you want panning to be done with control and mouse button, or something equivalent?
I still think that all the attack buttons should go back to the 1, 2, 3.
Can you do
What
that now with the
do-
interface? Can you reprogram it to do that?
I don't know.
Can you mod the UI to do that for combat? I would think
don't know.
that could be done. I don't know.
But I mean, I still would rather go back to a key press instead of taking away my normal controls of my character.
Yeah, because a lot of us drive with our mouse. I know I do. Some folks use the keyboard, but I steer with the mouse, especially when I'm panning around. We'll have to explore that. See if we can mod the key bindings to do that.
But just getting them away from my character. I don't like changing the way I'm already using the character and normally using the character. When I'm building, I use that button to be able to look around. But as soon as I go into combat, it's no longer a looking around, it's an attack.
Well, this is also a new user experience issue, which we're going to cover a new user experience on Wednesday's show.
Yep.
So we'll make sure we bring this up again.
The next thing I got is blah, 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 blah. Sometimes you have to aim high or low on wisps and abominations at times instead of center mass to do damage.
that's a problem that's been going on for a while, though.
Yeah.
I made sure I put it in the notes, so it's a reiteration of it. Next is the miscellaneous, which is the last section I got, is stuff that we'd like to see, which is an expandable hotbar. Now that we have all these weapons and we're doing more combat, but I also want my tool set up. I want to be able to take that hotbar and go doop doop doop, and now I've got, instead of like 8 or 9 boxes, I now have 18.
Yeah.
Yes.
Only if it makes the Super Mario noise of walking into a tunnel. Doo doo doo. Just like what you just did. I will accept that only.
Yes. Next one, the UIs, such as the compass, the hotbar, needs to be more modal and possible dockable to the top and sides as well.
I'd love to be able to move the group indicator on the side of the screen. I'd love to be able to move that up. Yeah,
Yeah.
And
and other stuff.
and as I've said a million times before, we still need a favorite materials panel that you can select, drag and drop the materials you wish to have onto it for quick selection. And I left it at that, and I sent it to Terry and Domino.
Okay.
I've got-
good.
I've got 3 things to add to that. 2 were regarding the UI that you're just mentioning. To add to it, you need to be able to. It needs to remember where everything was when you placed it the next time you log in, so you don't have to move it every time you log in. You need to be able to actually save a template of it, so that if it does get mixed up, all you have to do is load template, and everything goes back the way you want it. And that way you could also transfer that to new characters. The third thing is a bug. Another bug that I have found is that sometimes when you're trying to chop down a tree, you get up to it and you can actually move inside it. There's a clipping issue there, and when that happens, even though you're like literally inside the tree, it tells you you're too far away to harvest it.
Literally.
Yeah. Literally.
See, I stopped saying it, and now I just pick on everybody else that says it. That says it.
Hey,
now.
I used it correctly. I was not in the tree figuratively. I was in it literally.
God, I had an idea of something else that was needed, and
But
now
virtual.
it just went out of my head.
I'm trying to figure out how one enters a tree figuratively.
It's virtual. So
Oh, it's a virtual tree, so you're still in the wrong here.
There was something. It was. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, of course they are still working on updating the social stuff, and they said they haven't gotten to it yet. But it kind of.
I'm excited for that. They're gonna hopefully be adding a lot of guild features that we need that we don't have.
Chat features, emotes. We still need the break face. We still
Oh yeah, big time.
we still need break face. It would make movie making
Yeah.
a lot easier.
No kidding.
Maybe some like we said, movie making mode or something. Give us that. We've got combat mode. We've got building mode. Give us a movie making mode. That would be freaking ideal, especially if you want the game to really succeed in that genre.
The ability to make your character invisible to yourself while you're filming, and there's a long list of
Yeah,
stuff. being able to do slow flight while you're using your bauble of flight, or being able to fly anywhere in the world with slow flight instead of having to use the boots of the Zephyr. Taking the sound and visual effect off the boots of the Zephyr, or giving us a clickable
Chat box.
choice to remove that. Yeah.
Chat box would be ideal for that.
Yeah, yeah, and then making the game compatible with wireless controllers. That'd be huge because I do all my filming with that. Because I can get with these toggles, I can get the slow camera rolls.
Well, maybe they can make it to where you can get slow camera rolls inside the game without having the use of one of these things.
Basically,
That would
everybody
be
at
more
Daybreak, what they're saying is finish the game.
Touche. So walking through the world, I've been doing a little bit of just scoping stuff out. I noticed that there's a lot of the starter homes everywhere. Everywhere I go, there's little towers.
Well, there's an achievement for it. I mean, I had to throw down a starter home, and I did it, and I looked around and okay, that's cool, and then I deleted it. So a lot of people, I guess, are just having something there until they get enough materials to build something of their own, or to replace old claims.
Some good chat there.
I know. What is SFM? You got to speak to the layman's here. What is SFM?
I don't know, but I like BioExile slog mounts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Onward, Heinz! And off you go.
Feed them tacos, turning them into flying mounts. Oh my god. If you haven't
Great.
seen Pantera's taco video, I'm nominating it for Landmark Video of the Year.
It's raining tacos.
Oh my
He
god.
texted that thing to me twice.
Bad Viking, thanks, man. Well, everybody, Tim, we covered all the stuff we want to cover?
Let me double check here to see if I missed anything, but I don't think I did. For the most part, that was the big things. I kept it as short and sweet and to the point of major bugs that I found.
Okay.
I kind of skipped out a lot of the other little stuff. But like I said, I just did like a summary of post patch, and tried to leave out certain other aspects, of stuff we already knew that was an issue, that's already on the list and stuff like that, and just kind of summarized it and pushed it.
We're going to talk on Wednesday. We're going to talk about the new user experience and go into detail about that. The whole show is going to be about the new user experience and our recommendation and feedback. I know Aliana Mark from Down Under he spent a ton of time on this. He's got a 5-hour video he's made, not for new users. He made it for the developers, and he's got a lot of great feedback there. So we'll have him on Wednesday's show as well. So, hey, Dyfed, any last comments before we wrap the show?
I don't think so. I'm just planning on plugging away in game this week.
All right. Well, I think for me the biggest thing about the update, about the new landmark, is that we have the return of Devlin.
Yay!
Dude, it is great to see you.
Good to be back. I'm terribly sorry I've been gone for so long, but I did give fair warning, and yay!
Well, you're back. I'm thrilled, man. It's just awesome. Good having you back. Tinma, any what are you doing this week? What's streaming? What's your stream schedule?
Well, it'll be Tuesday through Saturday.